Hello indie game fan, we have a surprisingly robust lineup of indie games in December, beginning with Dwarf Fortress, a game that technically released in 2006 but has been polished up for its Steam release, gaining legendary status in the years since then, and probably kicked off the colony sim craze. One of the most slick-looking entries of the month is Swordship, a self-styled dodge 'em up title where you're doing your best to avoid enemy attacks while getting them to fire on each other. Dodging as a core mechanic is not new in games, but is difficult to get right, so I'm curious about the latest attempt at doing so. A little bit of a surprise here is Kin Seed, one that I remember covering on the channel many years ago in my Demo Memo series in April 2017, if anyone remembers that, where it has drastically changed from its demo version to the game it is today. This is a
farm simulation RPG
with a fairy tale theme, where most interestingly, it comes to us from developers that worked on the Fable series, which was why it got my attention in the first place. As compared to its initial early access release, the pixel art has been dramatically improved and looks to have major overhauls to the systems, including turn-based combat, where a key highlight is that you're able to play as successive generations of characters as well as the fairy tale setting, looking to join the greats in the space. I like developer Iceville, who specializes in tactics titles, where their isometric pixel art always looks fantastic, which is why Crawl Tactics is of interest, one that looks similar to games like Tactics Ogre or Final Fantasy Tactics Advance, looking to have that same sort of strategic action. In a modern twist, this is a roguelite title, so there will be replayability. We are not simply controlling one character, but a party of them instead, having a little bit of Into the Breach vibes, but without being able to foresee enemy moves, being a throwback in more ways than one. I'm so very excited to share Stealthcraft with you, since if you could not tell from the title and the opening seconds of this trailer, this is essentially Stalker crossed with Minecraft, which results in one of the more unique experiences out there. It is set in the Chernobyl exclusion zone with plenty of enemies and mutant creatures to tackle, and will also be a free-to-play online MMO survival horror first-person shooter, which is interesting. While there will be microtransactions or donations, it is not supposed to affect progress in the game, so maybe it's cosmetics, and while it did start off as a Minecraft mod, they have developed their own game engine through the years of development and finally seems ready for a global audience to take notice.
Once upon a time, there were two twin sisters, Zora and Yaga.
You got it all wrong. Once upon a time, there was a freak with no face.
Stop it!
You can't hide from Baba, princess. How much longer you want to be a nobody?
I just need to find the Red Oak.
What you really want to find is the hut.
A title that is marginally indie is Blacktail, coming to us from a larger developer, but one that is technically independent, where this is an adventure first-person shooter where you play as the Baba Yaga, or rather a youthful version of the mythical character, trying to find her way in this dangerous world filled with all sorts of monsters. It looks gorgeous with great action, definitely being of interest.
If anything bad happens, always head straight to the Red Oak.
While not quite a
Farm Simulation RPG.
Aka looks like a wonderfully chill life sim exploration title where you play as a red panda living on a cozy little island, attempting to find inner peace. While it looks cozy, there is a darker backdrop since it takes place after a war which our protagonist was a part of, where the developers hint at demons from their past that may come back to haunt them, but it does still look extremely cozy and will be one to chill out to. An instantly viral title that looks very interesting is Choo Choo Charles, where its horrific spider Thomas the Tank Engine main antagonist looks absolutely horrifying and does have quite the curious gameplay structure as well. You're exploring an open-world island, attempting to get parts and upgrades for your train, where there's always a chance of Charles sneaking up on you while you explore, adding to the tension.
You know, if you actually want to win this fight, you'll need some serious firepower.
Now that you have those rockets and my launcher, all you need is a target.
Also in the way is a cult that worships the spider train, which you need to fight or avoid while exploring, looking like one of the more intense horror action titles out there.
That train of yours to end up in my junkyard. You better get some upgrades.
Also, shout out to any one of you who remembers Sir You're Being Hunted from 2013. Since this gives off similar vibes, but what is old is new again in a more intense fashion here. I love oscillating between intense action-packed titles and more cozy games since it truly shows how much variety there is in indie games, with Lil Gator Game being the title of interest here. This is an exploration adventure game where you play as a little alligator, exploring and having fun on an island, using the power of your imagination as you go along. It looks absolutely wonderful and lighthearted, and might be similar to something like a short hike, adding more cozy vibes to warm our hearts in the cold winter. This game needs no further introduction since it has been top of mind for a couple of months now, where this classically designed turn-based RPG has some of the best pixel art that I have ever seen, with plenty of fun characters, abilities, and even mech suits to pilot, where having played a demo version of Chain Echoes a couple of weeks ago, I'm fairly certain that this is a late Game of the Year contender, where you can watch this video for more pixel art goodness.